Sorry, I have to take the flag, okay? Under section 21.
Under section?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, up the code, right? You can't have the flag, okay?
Sorry. Yeah, excuse me.
Sorry.
Section 21, you're confiscating, and
Yeah, under the warrant, you can't have a flag at the moment, okay?
Can anybody believe the Irish flag has been outlawed? Okay, everyone.
Your flag holder.
I am going to be arrested for having an Irish flag. Can you believe it?
You want the flag forward?
You can't take that flag off there.
I'm taking the flag forward. Sorry, I have to confiscate the flag forward. Thank you.
You said I have to take your flag, and I have it on camera.
Greenpeace says dangerous chemicals have been found in toys sold in China and Hong Kong. The toys were made in mainland Chinese factories. The chemicals are used for softening plastic and can affect children's hormonal systems.
Greenpeace urged authorities in Hong Kong and China on Wednesday to ban dangerous chemicals that were detected in children's toys. The toys contain plastic softening chemicals that have been banned in the United States and Europe. In tests carried out by an independent lab, the toys were found to contain phthalates. These chemicals can cause hormone malfunction and reproductive problems. Greenpeace campaigner Vivian Yao says those chemicals are especially dangerous to children.
Because it's a type of environmental hormone, it directly affects the endocrine and reproductive systems. It also has other toxicities which can damage other organ functions.
The test found phthalates in 15 out of 20 toys bought in China and 6 out of 10 samples bought in Hong Kong. All of the toys were made in China. Greenpeace is urging authorities to ban the use of these chemicals in toys. In the meantime, Yao says parents should keep the toys away from their kids.
A lot of PCV will have phthalates. Because the government doesn't regulate their use, we don't know whether it's in a particular PCV. So now parents can just try to avoid buying the toys.
Toys made in China have been the center of safety concerns many times. Millions of toys with toxic metals or other harmful chemicals have been recalled overseas in recent years.
Hello everyone, welcome to Global Government News. Today is Friday, May 20th, 2011, and I'm Darko. This is part 3 of this news bulletin. I'm most likely going to go to a 4th video, so just stay tuned for that if you have time. Otherwise, we're going to start out with this article, Wireless City to Bridge the Digital Divide. Shanghai is accelerating the development of its high-speed wireless broadband network as part of its bid to become, a smart city, a mega city. All the slaves are piled up in the cities, and you'll have to go little checkpoints like that, and can't take pictures of any criminal cops. That's a smart city. And then, of course, we have plane buzz. Bees cause airport chaos. A swarm of bees has descended upon an airport in the Philippines, causing flight delays and forcing workers to fight back using vacuum cleaner. And if you want to know what I just think it has to do with something with the wireless towers, these cell towers and these honeybee die-offs. And that has been there has been a correlation of that. Our cell phone towers and honeybees the next big threat. So the new study says yes. So not sure what went on over there, but either way, dozens of sharks washing up dead in California. And then we're going to move on here because I have lots of news to cover. Fear for mass stranding of whales on South Uist. It says here, marine animal experts are preparing for a potential mass stranding of more than 60 pilot whales. It says in the Western Isles. And then the next up we have former alarmist scientist says Anthropogenic Global Warming based in false science. So David Evans is a scientist. He's also worked for the Heart of the HEW machine. He said he consulted full-time for the Australian Greenhouse Office. And I guess he says the debate about global warming has reached ridiculous proportions and full of micro-thin half-truths and misunderstandings. I am a scientist who is on the carbon gravy train, understands the evidence, was once an alarmist, but now I'm a skeptic. So go in there and check that out. It's really about redistribution of wealth. I've mentioned that before, and that's not coming from me. That's coming from a panel member on the IPCC. So some of them actually are dissenting, which is a good thing. Here we go. Federally funded NASA, quote, educates children about global warming on Climate Kids website. So basically propaganda to get them ready for the carbon tax and the smart meters, and you know, having to use a thumb scan to deduct government or issued credits to receive water when you wash your hands, recycling and flushing that toilet. Recycling not always an energy and resource saver, study finds. So you might want to read that. Brazil Amazon rainforest deforestation rises sharply. Deforestation of the Brazilian Amazon rainforest has increased almost sixfold, new data suggests. And this is a very interesting article here. Ahmadinejad says West to blame for drought in Iran. Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad on Thursday accused Western countries of devising plans to, quote, cause a drought in the Islamic Republic. And he says here Western countries have designed plans to cause droughts in certain areas of the world, including Iran. And it says here, and if it says official IRNA news agency quoted Ahmadinejad as saying in the central city of Iraq in Markazi province, quote, according to the reports on climate, whose accuracy has been verified, European countries are using special equipment to force clouds to dump their water on the continent. He said by doing so, they prevent rain clouds from reaching regional countries, including Iran. And he's absolutely right, if he really did say that. Says here, secret weather weapons can kill millions, warns top Russian politician. There's actually a video that you can check on YouTube. Says here, France in crisis situation. Oh, it's drought deepens. I wonder where that's coming from. Next up, Obama administration to approve drought-resistant GM corn. So that's the solution. Just make some genetically modified frankenfood to fix the problem. No, just stop your stupid spraying. We're not pests. Stop spraying us. We don't consent to it. Monsanto pesticide found to infect plants with AIDS-like disease. So that sounds nice. Thyroid drug increases risk of bone fractures in women. And of course, you run to the pharma complex to help fix you, and all they're doing is just getting rid of some of the symptoms that you're going for, and then you're going to have other symptoms. And don't worry, they'll have a pill for that too. Compact fluorescent bulbs release cancer-causing chemicals when turned on, says new research. And of course, yeah, if you haven't heard, you got to call the EPA if one of those suckers crack. At least that's what you're supposed to be doing, because they're so toxic. And of course, what? They're going to be mandatory, and they're going to outlaw the regular, I think it's incandescent light bulb, just the regular one. Sulfur dioxide detected in Hong Kong meat supplies. So 4 out of 167 meat supplies were found to contain sulfur dioxide, a banned preservative for meat, according to a report made public Thursday by the Center for Food Safety of Hong Kong. Moving on, J&J, Johnson & Johnson recalls continue HIV drug found to contain trace levels of dangerous fungicide. And electrode experiment shows promise as a paralyzed man stands. So it's good news for him and anybody else that's paralyzed, I guess. Fattest city, Evansville officials defend community, recommend dieting. So let them eat apples, says health department official. And Evansville, Indiana, that's actually, I believe it's home of the RV maker, Winnebago and them. And they have one of the highest. That's weird, actually, that they're the fattest, because they also have the highest unemployment rate in the state, and possibly in the country too. So might be a correlation there. I don't know. Whistleblower says Russian troops fed dog food. So it says Russian Interior Minister troops were fed dog food earlier this year to save money. A former officer in the ministry said on Thursday. Banned chemical traced in baby products. So you can check that out. Toxic flame retardants materials, which were previously banned in many countries, have resurfaced. So see all this stuff just resurfacing, guys. Saul probes U.S. Agent Orange site. Then Japan utility head resigns over nuclear crisis. So Japan's Fukushima reactor may have leaked radiation before the tsunami even struck. Then Japan utility posts loss of $15 billion. Next up, we have CDC recommends preparing for all disasters, even zombies. Another interesting story, because why? Oh, this is the establishment, and how did they get this zombie thing? Well, basically, to sum it up in about a minute, or you can go read it for yourself, they got this idea from these guys, this wonderful website, Natural News, which is a grassroots alternative news website that I like to go to for my news on eugenics and just beneficial health information. And they actually made a video. These guys made a video about vaccine zombies. See, CDC has been apparently listening to my hip-hop song, Vaccine Zombie. You can go and check that out and decide to run with the concept. And but what they're talking about here is zombies, talking about these people that are going to be, when the crap hits the fan, there's going to be people roaming and pillaging and stealing, and that's what they're talking about. But this is for children. It's aimed at children, the zombie thing. And now it's a #1 term, so you can check that out. Then look at this. Vietnam Hmong crowd awaits Jesus' return. Of course, we're talking about the rapture. There may be a rapture, but it won't be this Saturday, so you can go in there and check that out. And I definitely don't believe that's going to be tomorrow. I don't even know if there ever will be. I think it's just, we go through cycles, man. That's all we do. We go through these 26,000 year cycles, and that's it. We just keep starting over and over and over again. And there's actually proof. Scientists have actually found that there's rings, radiation rings, in the universe that say that's actually been recreated over and over again. So transplant tourism spirals out of control as the wealthy harvest organs from the poor. Then Senate bill makes it illegal for internet streaming and makes it a felony. So sorry I worded that wrong, but it says here those who illegally stream live videos or audio over the internet could face up to 5 years in prison under legislation recently introduced in the United States Senate. And don't worry, those politicians that are writing it, hey, when they screw up and they sell us down the river, you think the slaves and the plebs can storm their house and sack them? No, you can't do that. You're a terrorist. Manipulating opinion on the internet, and China authorities hire writers to channel public opinion online. An internet militia. It sounds like what the Air Force is doing. Of course, what do? They always say that, oh, it's to manipulate foreign public opinion, for foreigner countries. It's propaganda. It's for the war effort. No, it's targeted towards their own freaking people. That's what they never say. They never include that. These little militias, internet militias, these trolls or whatever you want to call them, these operatives. They're just basically trying to disinform, misinform their own people, their own fellow citizens, which is just flat out wrong and really pisses a lot of people off. But unfortunately, or fortunately for many people, eventually they just get sick of them and ignore them. It says here, TSA morons conduct bomb drill in Minnesota airports but don't tell the police. So the police came with guns drawn, thought it was the real deal. So shoe bombs still a threat to aviation, says top U.S. official. And I think that was based off false flag too. Google's chairman Schmidt promises privacy controls. So yeah, I'll buy that for $1. U.S. Inspector General to investigate Secure Communities program. So they're going to check out a controversial federal program that requires local law enforcement to run information of people they detain through an immigration database. University Campus Watch Citizen Spy program partners with the Threat Fusion Centers to report suspicious activities. It would make sense that a veteran U.S. diplomat says, we are becoming like the USSR. Well, you're right. You are right. Smile, Air Force wants to track you forever with a single camera click. So there you go. Check it out. Then drones set to play an important role in fighting terrorism. Like I said, who are the terrorists? They are you. They are me. They are anybody talking out or speaking out against this tyranny that is going on around us on a daily basis. Ultralight aircraft now ferrying drugs across the U.S.-Mexican border. Then report calls for limiting border searches to protect private data on laptops. Wow. Then we have Homeland Security's top cyber security official resigns, and proposed policy would allow bus drivers to search students. So Terrahoot, oh, look at that. It says here, under a proposed policy change, it says that bus drivers under rare circumstances would have the right to search students in situations that involve an immediate threat of harm or danger to those on the bus. Came across this government removal request. YouTube occasionally receives requests from the government around the world to remove content from our site. As a result, YouTube may block specific content in order to comply with local laws in certain countries. White House threatens Boston Herald's press access for not being favorable enough to Obama. USSR? Maybe. FBI lab report on anthrax attacks suggests another miscue. Data suggesting a chemical may have been added to try to heighten the powder's potency, a move that some experts say exceeded the expertise of the presumed chemical. And Patriot Act to be extended to 2015. Hooray America, this is GGN, and I'm Darko.